There's a star, man. Oh, hey there, agents. Are we ever gonna make it to Mars? I mean, Elon's Tesla's out there floating around in space, but it may not actually make it to Mars. Good news though, if you're a gamer, you can experience Mars right now in this brand new Mars simulator survival game and maybe even earn some real money doing it. It's mission time. Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here, and even though all of us at the Gaming Intelligence Agency are focused on bringing you the latest intel on your favorite games, that does not mean we still don't aim for the stars. I mean, that's how Elon does it, and you have to at least admire his style. Now, whether you have always dreamed of setting foot in Mars or not, I think you're gonna like this new Mars survival game, agents. Grab your spacesuits and a big old tube of pepperoni pizza, and let's explore the world of Mars4. Mars4 is a free-to-play Mars survival simulator game that is in early development right now, and when I say it's the closest you'll get to Mars anytime soon, I mean it. That's because the team has taken all of NASA's data on the topography and layout of the real Mars and created a highly detailed 3D map for you guys to play on. Remember that creepy face on Mars? Yeah, you could own that land and possibly make some passive income off of it. Stay tuned to find out how. The year is 2040 CE. And Earth is going down the crapper. Humans make the brilliant plan to head to Mars and attempt to terraform the planet in Earth's own image. That does not go to plan because the game begins with you crash landing on Mars, of course, and your first mission is to find some supplies and start building a shelter so you don't freeze to death. Freezing to death is a real concern in this game. Getting your base going is a high priority, but there is so much more to explore in Mars4. As the game is still in early development, right now only a single player game mode is really available, but multiplayer is on the way soon, and that is going to be where this game really starts to shine. While you're waiting for multiplayer, you better start exploring and figuring out where you want to plant your flag. You can get started by collecting resources, mining, and working on your tech research, as all three are vital to core gameplay here. While you can build your dream Mars home as a free player, owning land in the game gives you the ability to earn some income in the form of their in-game currency Mars4 token. Being a landowner means you get your cut of the community pool as well. No, not that community pool. The one where you get 20% of all sales that are then put into this pool and then redistributed to those that hold NFTs in the game. Now, being a landowner means you get to decide how much goes out as rewards and when. Now, outside of land, there are a variety of NFTs you can purchase to upgrade your experience, from unique colonist avatars and wearables to vehicles and blueprints for more advanced base building. While you can use these NFTs in the 3D game, they also have a place in their browser-based resource and base management interface called the Mars4 Control Center. The MCC lets you manage every aspect of your colonists, your land, your trading, governance, and even missions to earn extra resources. With the 3D game still being developed, the MCC is vital to maximizing your rewards and game interactions here. Now, all these elements are to help create a sustainable economy where there are enough token sinks and faucets, which we know is huge. Now, one thing that can be a bit confusing to keep track of is the NFTs and blockchain aspect here. There's a lot of fragmentation with these items, as the land NFTs and the Mars4 token are on Ethereum mainnet, while colonist NFTs are on Polygon, and then once upon a time, this was all on Binance Smart Chain. So confusing to say the least, and expensive to say the worst, because you're gonna pay those high ETH gas fees to transact for those Ethereum assets. While we've talked about multiple ways to earn this game, you can also directly stake their Mars4 token on places like SushiSwap. Now, this feature just seems kind of tacked on and has no real integration with the game itself, so I'll pass for now personally, but it's always something to look into if you're trying to min-max this one. Now, speaking of numbers, let's break down Mars4 by the numbers in my latest intel report. Mars4 has taken NASA data and mapped out 999,888 plots of land that correspond exactly to the planet of Mars. 888 of those land plots are marked as rare, and each rare NFT covers a significantly larger area that encompasses a famous topographical feature on Mars, from named craters all the way to the Olympus Mons itself. Each standard land plot is 20 kilometers by 20 kilometers, so you have plenty of room to work with. You can mine 20 different resources on Mars, including titanium, uranium, and gold. All right. There are 6 different NFT types that include colonists, vehicles, spacesuits, exosuits, base building blueprints, and asset parts. As a colonist on Mars, you can take on 6 different roles like miner, medic, or engineer. And finally, there are 1,000,001 ways to die on Mars, so buckle up, suckers. Now that you understand the true size and scope of this game and the map you have to conquer, it becomes very clear that having a vehicle is vital to your survival on Mars. How are you going to transport all that massive load of resources without a sweet ride? You're not, that's how. Which is why you need transportation. So if you're gonna roll around on Mars, it might as well be in a CyberTruck, right? Not exactly, but the Phobos X is the cheapest you're going to get and the closest you're gonna get probably on Mars. It's a pretty badass ride, but at a whopping 2.18 ETH or over $3,000 for this CyberTruck inspired vehicle, it's out of most people's reach. Now maybe you're whale looking to make a big splash and this is right up your alley, but maybe you also wanna wait for the Demios X that's similar to the Phobos, but is unique with only one in existence. Look for that crazy high price auction pretty soon. Now, if you just want the basics, the cheapest vehicle right now is about $89, which I still feel is way overpriced for where this game is currently at in development. Now, outside of the high price tags, if you love survival simulator games, then Mars4 is one that you should definitely try in for size, especially once they get multiplayer enabled. Now, it's a brutally honest experience that gives you a true glimpse of what it would be like to colonize Mars, which is no easy feat, even for Mr. Mars himself, right? Well, that's all we have for today, agents, and as always, this briefing never happened. Secret Agent Stash, over and out. Secret Agent Stash.